We're back. That's right, I'm Ralph Cianciarulo.
And I'm Vicki Cianciarulo.
And we want to thank you for making last year a success with the Archer's Choice TV show. You know, we had some unbelievable footage from last year, but this past season, I think, tops it.
We got some film of animals that you can't believe. One example, Ralph actually shot a bigger bear than I did in spring bear camp.
Yeah, baby.
It's amazing. Miracles happen.
Yeah, it sure does. And I'm glad the miracle was on my side this time. You know, but the bottom line here is we, as usual, on all of our hunting adventures and experiences, we get to meet some great people.
Yes, we do.
Share some unbelievable experiences, create memories that'll last a lifetime. And that's what this is all about. You know, we are going to show you and share with you some super hunts, some incredible animals. And but
even.
The thing is it's the people, it's the memories, it's the experience, and we want to portray that and carry that through. And we want to thank you once again for making your choice the Archer's Choice. Bowhunting is not just a sport, it's a passion, a drive, a way of life. Practicing throughout the year, playing with different equipment, adjusting and readjusting again. It's getting ready by scouting, trimming, planning, and training for opening day. Bowhunting can be done in urban as well as rural areas. It's a sport for the whole family, whether sharing a target in the backyard or hanging stands for opening day. Getting out there is the most important aspect of the game. Nothing on this planet can give you the adrenaline rush like true bowhunting can. Trying to draw on a wild animal, going undetected, and making it all count at that moment of truth. It's not about the record books, nor is it in front of a crowd. There's no cheering, no booing. It's all about you and our Maker's creations. It's about the memories of being there and sharing it with some very special friends and family. This year we have some incredible things we want to share with you. You know, we had not just the hunts, I mean, not just the taking of the animals, but how about the encounters?
We had some awesome encounters this year. One that I will never forget is elk hunting in New Mexico. I had so many elk encounters that just, and something, every single time something happened where it didn't, I wasn't joking, honest. The one, I mean, every single time something happened to it, you can understand it's hunting. We were out there in the woods, something would happen.
You be the judge.
I've gone elk hunting 4 or 5 times now, and I still have not yet taken an elk. One of the biggest challenges is actually getting set up, calling that bull in, and that's a challenge in itself. But once that bull comes close enough, and whether you can get drawn or not, which I goof up quite often, but the other thing too is if I actually do get drawn, then sometimes they see me, or the wind is going to switch on me, or my biggest problem, especially this past year when we were elk hunting out in New Mexico, is I would be full draw, and I've done it 2 or 3 times, and the bull comes in and stops behind a tree, and I have no shot. It happened a couple times, and I still haven't gotten an elk. There are some real challenging things out there when you're elk hunting. You have to remember the wind all the time. You need to be prepared. You have to think ahead all the time to figure out what's going to happen. When you see elk far away, if you hear elk calling way off in the distance, you say, okay, we're going to call them in, we're going to get on them, we're going to stalk on them. You go, and you got to continually check the wind to make sure that it's not going to swirl on you. You got to watch your thermals and the whole 9 yards. I am not an expert by any means, but I am learning every year out there. It can be so frustrating. And it's not just when you're hunting elk, it's when you're hunting any kind of animal. We're doing a lot of other things also, but hunting elk out there in New Mexico, and anywhere that I've gone hunting elk, you get so frustrated when you think everything is going right, and I just can't get off the shot. Just like the one that stopped, and he stops behind a tree, and then he goes off and bugles at me. Or, you know, I had another bull come in, and he goes, every time he'd stop for a shot, he'd be behind a tree, and then he'd walk and I'd let down, and then he'd stop and he'd be behind a tree, and it is so frustrating that you can work so hard up until that point in time and think that everything's going to work for you, and it's just not your time. So you have to keep trying, and there's times out there that you really want to push it to the limit, and you think, you know, that bull, he's only 15 yards further than I like to shoot, but I always hold back because I know my boundaries and I know my limits, and it's pretty frustrating, but I guess I just have to deal with it.
Can you believe that? We just get done hunting all day long. Just get to up here to the top of the ridge where the truck is parked. Carlos sees a bull right down here in the field. We come running. We get set up here. Not the greatest setup, I guarantee you. Does some calling. Bull comes around, comes back and forth a couple times. Obviously saw something, not sure. I ranged those trees out there. Those trees out there are like 47, 48 yards. It's beyond my limit.
This past spring, we went back up to Alberta with Wolf Creek Outfitters and Bob Irvin, the bear man
himself.
And Ralph, I have to hand you over my title. You shot a bigger bear than I did.
Yeah, baby.
What
Yes.
happened?
What do you mean what happened? I stopped guiding you.
Did you fight
and
for it?
I took the horse by the reins.
You stopped guiding me.
Yes, ma'am. That's why you have shot. That's, folks, that is why she has taken all the big bears, because I guided her.
I don't have my boots on, and it's getting really deep in here.
Check this out. Bear hunting can be what you make it, and when I say that is, you can go up there like we said earlier, you know, just guide tells you here, sit here, here comes a bear, you shoot him, it's all over with, and you lose what it's all about. I mean, getting up there, getting where, especially where Bob Irvin's set up is northwest of high level. I mean, we literally have baits near the BC and the Territories border. We had a bait last year that a grizzly was coming to. I mean, think of that. What's so unique is we were driving down the road one day, we actually saw some caribou. I mean, you are talking about being in the hub of wildlife. You have wolves, moose, some deer, bears up Yang Yang, you know, I mean, just all kinds of critters, numerous different wildlife, bird life galore. I mean, that's what bear hunting's all about. You get into it, start reading the different tracks, the spoor, everything around that bait, and you start going to each different bait site and you start reading it, and it starts to become a science, and it's so awesome. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to get the whole experience out of your bear hunt. Just don't go up there, shoot a bear, and think that's all there is about bear hunting. There's so much more to it. The thrill of bear hunting with a bow for our whole team, Vicki and I and everybody, is it's getting that close to that animal that has the power, the strength, the agility, and the speed. I mean, to tear you apart. Most time it ain't gonna happen, but that's the thrill of this, and the fun, and to watch each different bear come into a bait site. They all have their own characteristics and somewhat of a personality. But let's not kid ourselves, folks. Deer and bear don't sing and dance in the woods. That's cartoons. They are wild animals, and they have to be treated as such. That's the thrill of bear hunting. We had a great season chasing after all kinds of critters, but the bottom line here is the most sought after big game animal on this planet.
The white-tailed deer. And we traveled everywhere. I mean, we were in Colorado, Kansas, Wisconsin, Texas,
Illinois. Yep.
I mean, we traveled everywhere. We hunted with Greg Pickett in Kansas. We hunted with Ray Klish up in Wisconsin. It was cold up there.
Going down Jess Moats in Colorado.
Texas down at the
Covenant Ranch with Dr. Jim Leiniger and Joe Lee. I mean, it was incredible.
Yeah.
But getting back to Colorado, the clubhorn buck, we watched this buck the year before, and this year he came in, presented the shot, and, well, I took him. Last year we were hunting with Billy and Jess down in Colorado, and lo and behold, we saw this deer that we gave the nickname the club buck. I mean, beautiful deer. You could tell he's a mature buck, but he had his rack configuration was a little screwed up, and never presented a real clear shot, so I never took him. But would I have? You betcha. Well, lo and behold, a year later, about 1.5 miles or so down the river, here he comes. Unbelievable. He's bigger, he's older, he's heavier than he was last year. I'm looking at him, and there was no doubt in my mind, if I get a shot, I'm going to take it. Here he comes, he's coming down. He actually came and smelled our trail that we walked in on. He smelled the ribbon that we marked on the tamaracks. It was incredible. It was an awesome experience. Look at this deer. Huh? Is that character? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We hope you enjoyed this preview of what's to come on the Archer's Choice. As you could see, once again, we're having a blast. And the bottom line is we want to thank the sponsors as well as you, the viewers, for allowing us to do this one more time. So don't go away, get ready, because the Archer's Choice is back and stronger than ever with more exciting footage, real hunting under real conditions.